Hey, what's up, friends? How's it going? Man, my name's Clayton Van Leeuwen, and I'm a father and artist who lives in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I wanted to talk to you about my comic book, Little Adventure, today. Little Adventure is a fantasy comic book about a brother and sister named Tolly and Ann who head off into the woods in search of a secret school by themselves. And they're only 5 inches tall. Tolly and Ann are only 5 inches tall. It's a story that I've been working on, for about a year and a half. One of the best things that I've ever done is I've taken on a challenge 60 days ago called the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. And that's where I work on my comic book at least 30 minutes a day, every single day. And I've been doing that up until today, day 60. And it's really jump-started my work. Like I said, I started probably about a year and a half ago writing Little Adventure. And it's been unorthodox, my process so far. I had troubles getting the story down. I'm no writer, but I didn't want that to stop me from creating my own comic book. So I ditched the script that I was working on for whatever reason. Well, a lot of reasons, I feel like. I had troubles writing scripts, so I just decided to sit down and write it as a chapter book format, just kind of a longer format. And I wrote chapters 1 and 2 that way. If you'd like to listen to my story, I recorded myself reading chapters 1 and 2, and I have it in my on my YouTube. And I'll have the link below if you'd like to listen to it. That'd be awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. I've gotten a lot of great feedback on it so far. But I could use a lot of help to make the story as good as I possibly can. I finished writing chapters 1 and 2 just right before I started my 100-day challenge. And for these past 60 days, I've been designing my characters and really drawing them a lot to get to know them well. And I feel like I'm in a really good place, especially when it comes to most of those characters. Part of me knows the last 10 or 15 days I've been floating along a little bit, because I feel like at this stage there's so many things that I have to prepare before I start the comic book. That's my perfectionist in me. It's telling me I'm not ready to start the comic book. I want it to be awesome, and I'm just not ready. And I realized the other day, listening to an Early Bird podcast with Marshall Lee, where he was talking about multitasking. I realized I was trying to do way too many things, and I was just spinning my wheels, probably the last 2 weeks or so. I've still gotten work done and drawn some of my characters a bunch, but it's made me really look at my project and say, hey, I need to start this. What is it that I need to do exactly to start it? So I boiled it down to maybe 2 or 3 more things that I have to do before I start the comic book. One of which is to, get out and look for reference for my backgrounds. I do have to draw the mother character of my comic book. Her name is Faye. I've only drawn her a couple of times, really. And I think she's pretty close, but I'd like to just draw her a couple more times to feel comfortable with that character, especially because she's in the first scene. And maybe just those 2 things, and I'm excited that once I prep those things that I can get started as quick as possible. And I want to come back on day 70 or 75 and say, hey man, I started my comic book today. But I'm excited. These last 60 days of the challenge, they've been exciting for me. Really worth the time that I've put in, not only on writing my comic book, but making these videos. Of course, like I've actually tried to take the challenge a couple times before and always failed. And I didn't like the idea of doing daily vlog videos at all. And I think, I was watching a video with Scott Circland where he just really recommended, if it was your first time, to do a daily vlog. And he didn't really say anything, explain it any more than that. And I just told myself, you know what, I'm going to try it out. If he thinks it's a good idea, man, he's done the challenge so many times, I'm going to try it out. And we're going to see why it's important. And doing these daily videos, yes, it takes more time and energy to put into these videos sometimes, but I get to talk about my work every day. And that's something that I never felt comfortable with, talking about my drawings, talking about my ideas, my stories. And I feel like I'm getting better at that thanks to these videos. And that's an important thing, talking about these ideas really brings them into the light and gives them a little bit more life than just when they're kicking around in my brain. Anyways, I'm really excited. I mean, it's been an exciting 60 days. I've had some tough times too, but I think every artist has tough times. And putting the videos out, I'll have tough days and people will be like, "Hey, dude, you're doing good." And that just blows my mind that there's people out there willing to give me encouragement, just openly give me encouragement. I think that's so awesome. Thank you. If you've ever just been like, "Hey, Clayton, you're doing okay, man." That helps me more than I think you could know. But I'm excited to get started. I've already done my 30 minutes today. I'm going to do a little bit more right now because I have a little bit more time. And, we'll talk to you tomorrow. As always, we'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope you guys are doing good because you deserve it for sure. If you've been on the fence about doing a 100-day challenge yourself, whether it's with comic books or anything else in your life, I would really recommend it. No joke. Think about it and maybe start tomorrow. But anyways, we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.